Production for Panther Sports Talk is brought to you in part by Johnson's Automotive Service is a proud supporter of Panther Sports on WEIU. Johnson's is a complete car facility for all your automotive repair and maintenance needs. Johnson's Automotive Service, keeping your life running.
Welcome to Panther Sports Talk right here on WIU. I'm your host, Rich Moser. We're going to go outdoors this week, and fortunately, as the baseball season and softball seasons end, allergy seasons come out, so I apologize if I don't have much of a voice, but we're going to kick it off with EIU Baseball coach Jimmy Schmitz. And Coach, we've been talking about this the last couple weeks, week in, week out. It kind of seems like it's almost repetition now. The schedule is now coming back to you guys, and the last 2 weekends you guys have taken advantage of that and gotten the 2 series wins and are slowly eking up that conference standings to make a run at trying to make the OVC Conference Baseball Tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so proud of the guys right now. You know, we knew what we had to do a couple weeks ago. 2 out of 3 against Belmont. Went to EKU, started off, just played phenomenal baseball for 2 games. So, you know, winning a series just obviously makes you in a better position. So right now, you know, we're in a lot of confidence offensively. We're scoring a lot of runs. A couple pitchers really did well this weekend that we didn't think we would have at the end of the year. So, you know, Christian Slasnick pitched a little bit. He's been out for about 6 weeks. So, you know, the guys, like I said, they know what they have to do. We're not making it any bigger than what it is. So winning 2 out of 3 is real important.
Now, the offense has really come alive as the weather has warmed up. I'll use that as one of the reasons. I think the other reason is the fact that you guys have kind of solidified your lineup, and part of that came with Brant Vollett coming back, and you knew you could put him in either the 4 or the 5 hole, but it allowed you then to really slot in the other guys to, as you've said, protect everybody in the order 1 to 9.
Yeah, Brant being gone for those 5 weeks, middle of the lineup, we didn't have a guy to protect Dimitri. So Dimitri's getting some pitches to hit to RBI-wise. But I think more than that is a couple seniors, Tyler Schweigert and Cam Barra, have sometimes seniors, to be honest with you, it's their last hurrah, and they don't see anything out there, so they don't play well. These 2 guys are just playing the best baseball they've ever played since they've been here. So, you know, we have about 7 guys in the lineup that are really knocking runs in, and so we have you know, we have that kind of offense that it's not relying on 1 or 2. So really proud of those guys.
Now you guys will head into finals week this week. I know from a coach's standpoint, it allows you to get on the road, do a little bit of early recruiting as high schools are kind of wrapping up their seasons in junior college. So you guys kind of see those kids in the thick of competition. What does it do to you from a practice standpoint, the fact that now you have to juggle your schedule and your practices around the kids trying to wrap up their academic work?
Well, we just give them 2 days off. You know, Monday and Tuesday, we've tried to work around it. Their energy was 0, and then I'd get mad, and then it would be a bad practice. So we just give them the next 2 days off, come back on Wednesday for a light practice, and then get after it on Thursday. You know, we've been lifting early in the morning. It's been a hard spring, so we're just trying to get them refreshed and ready to roll.
Now, you guys will play Morehead State this weekend. That's a team that offense, this is a team that scores a lot of runs. You guys are going to really end up going toe-to-toe with each other in terms of it's going to come down to maybe whose guy is a little bit better on the bump.
Yeah. Well, it definitely is. I mean, you look at their stats. They play in a small park, so it's kind of hard to follow that. They're not a running team. You know, our field plays totally different. Everywhere we go, the wind's blowing out, and here the south wind comes, and you know, you need like 8 Ricky Hendersons. So I really mean this. A couple guys pitched really well. The guys that didn't, we expect them to do better. So we just feel like we're getting those 7 arms now that if we put them in, they're going to give us a chance. And you know, the biggest thing, I mean, there's a lot of pressure when you're trying to get in a tournament. We haven't really talked about it, and the guys kind of say responded really well the last 2 weekends. So I think they're just really trying to make this fun and see what we can do. And you know, like we did in 2012, we played really, really well at the end, and so really happy with what the seniors are doing.
And you guys actually have your team set up, and we talked about this, if you guys are able to get into the conference tournament, you have one of the deeper pitching staffs in terms of how it would set up for a conference tournament. Unfortunately, you still have to kind of get there, but I guess talk about now how the next 2 weeks go. Do you set yourselves up with an opportunity to get in? At UT Martin, you'll play down there to wrap up the season. I guess, do you start looking at innings pitched for guys, thinking that in case we get into the conference tournament, or is it all out to make sure that you even get there?
No, it's just all out. I mean, I've really never been one to plan that far ahead. It'd be great to have that kind of situation. A lot of the bigger schools know they're in the regional, know they're moving on, so they do that a little bit. We, even in the tournament, I've never pitched backwards. I mean, you got to win that tournament, but for us, like I said, we haven't even talked much about the tournament other than winning 2 out of 3. And that seems to be working, so we'll stay with that.
Now, the other thing is, because this is our last show that we'll do, is you guys will lose a few guys. You talked about a few of them, Tyler Schweiger, Cam Bear, in terms of seniors. Opportunity also, because guys have had good years, that a Dimitri Taylor gets snapped up in the draft. I mean, are you looking, you know what you need to replace from a senior standpoint, but when you're out recruiting right now, or are you assuming that a guy like a Dimitri is going to get drafted and maybe a young pitcher is going to get drafted and kind of have a guy slotted in to be able to offer a scholarship should that happen? And unfortunately, that doesn't happen for a few more weeks of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, we at the beginning of the year, we felt Matt Bournes was definitely going to go. So we kind of have penciled in who we think is going to come and replace him. Dimitri, Caleb Howe, and Brant Bollock are really the question marks. Every time a scout comes to see Matt Bournes, they see that 6'5" monster of a guy in left field, and I try to lie to him and tell him he's only a freshman, but they figure it out. So Caleb Howe is I don't know, like 5th in the nation in hitting. Scouts are all over him right now. So, I used to worry about that, but you're just excited about guys that are getting better, developing, and we'll figure it out if they get a chance, and everyone wants that chance to play at the next level.
All right, Coach, well, best of luck as you guys wrap up the string. And remember, this weekend it'll be against Morehead State, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday out here at Coach's Stadium. And then you guys will be at UT Martin next weekend, and hopefully the OVC Conference Tournament after that. We'll be right back with This Week in EIU Athletics.
Garoppolo back, bump fake, in trouble, rolling to the right. Jimmy looking into the end zone, rolling out to the right, throws over the middle, touchdown!
On the season finale of Panther Sports Talk, it's the conclusion to a record-breaking career at Eastern Illinois for quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. From the Panthers making another postseason appearance to winning the Walter Payton Award, as well as the All-Star Games, workouts, and then the NFL Draft, it's Jimmy Garoppolo's journey to pro football. It's the season finale of Panther Sports Talk, Wednesday, May 14th at 6:30 on WEIU. Panther fans, here's what's going on in Panther athletics. Baseball now 16-30-1 overall and 10-13-1 in OVC play, as they went 2-2 this past week. They lost at St. Louis 11-2, and then went on to defeat OVC rival Eastern Kentucky in 2 out of 3 games, winning Game 1 10-6 and Game 2 15-3. Softball now 37-16 overall and 17-7 in OVC play. The Panthers were swept at SIU Edwardsville this past week, 2-0, 2-0, and 2-1. The Panthers enter the OVC Softball Tournament as the number 3 seed. Track competed at the OVC Outdoor Track Championships held at Edwardsville, Illinois, and the Panthers posted 5 first-place finishes, 2 of them by hurdler Danny Trevor. The men placed 2nd overall, and the women placed 3rd overall. Now here's what to watch for this week. On Wednesday, prior to the airing of this show, softball in Jacksonville, Alabama for the OVC Softball Championships. They took on UT Martin at 10 o'clock in the morning. For the result and stats of that game, check out EIUPanthers.com. On Thursday, softball, day 2 of the OVC Softball Championships in Jacksonville, Alabama. The Panthers will play at 10 in the morning if they lost on Wednesday to UT Martin, or they'll play at 12:30 if they won their game against UT Martin on Wednesday. On Friday, track hosts the EIU Last Chance Meet at O'Brien Field at 10 o'clock in the morning. Softball at the OVC Softball Championships in Jacksonville, Alabama, if they've advanced past Wednesday's and Thursday's competition. For game times and opponents, check out EIUPanthers.com. And baseball begins a 3-game series over at Coach's Stadium with OVC rival Morehead State. Game 1 of the series starts at 3 o'clock. On Saturday, softball at the OVC Softball Championships in Jacksonville, Alabama. If the Panthers have advanced to Saturday's games, they'll play at either 10 a.m. or 12:30. For updates on the Panther softball team throughout the OVC tournament, check out EIUPanthers.com. Baseball with Game 2 of their 3-game series over at Coach's Stadium against Morehead State. That game is slated to start at 1 o'clock. And on Sunday, baseball wraps up their 3-game series at Coach's Stadium against Morehead State at 1 o'clock. And next Tuesday, May 13th, baseball with another game at Coach's Stadium as they host Butler at 3 o'clock. For Panther Sports Talk, I'm Ramin Kabasioun. WEIU is your home for Eastern Illinois Panther sports. Panther football.
Here comes the blitz. Jimmy's going to throw it deep down the middle. Laura's out there. Got it. And he's on his way. Garoppolo burns the blitz. Touchdown, Eastern Illinois.
Panther basketball.
All the way. Laid it up. No. Another dunk. Petrowski again. Back-to-back rebound dunks.
Panther greats. WEIU is your home for Panther sports.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk. We're now joined by EIU softball coach Angie Nicholson. And coach, you guys will head to the conference tournament here. Your first go round, but I'm sure as an experienced coach, you guys have been through these before when you were in the Horizon League. So new season, it starts over, and I guess that's the message to the girls starting today is that, you know, no matter the 37 wins you had up to this point, you're 0-0 going into it now.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen the last place, the last seed, you know, win tournaments. You know, I've seen the first seed. So it doesn't matter. It is a whole new ball game, and we've talked from the beginning. It's not how you start the season; it's how you finish, and hopefully we finish strong.
Now, you guys went into this past weekend against a good SIU Edwardsville team, an opportunity to be able to host the tournament. That didn't work out for you guys. So I guess the hard part for you guys is getting the girls to really put that behind them. They had something in front of them and weren't able to accomplish that as a goal. And so I guess making sure that that's not a hangover effect going into the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, especially yesterday was another tough loss, you know, losing in the 7th on airs, you know, so that was tough. And I feel like we fought better on Sunday than we did on Saturday. And so you wanted to finish strong. So yeah, it was disappointing. But again, you know, they know because we've talked about it. It doesn't matter. It matters what you do in the tournament. So I think they get that, they understand that, and we know what we need to do in order to win.
Now you guys will open up the tournament on Wednesday. You'll play UT Martin, a team that you beat here at home in 3 close games. I guess you have a good feel for where they are, or do you think that maybe some things have changed? I know some things have probably changed with your team since you played them about a month ago.
Yeah. No, we know what we need to do, bottom line, and we know what we need to do every game. It's not just UT Martin. But we know we got to put up the runs. Bottom line, that's been the story of our year. We've got to put up the runs. So.
And then you guys, the other thing, we talked to Coach Schmitz about this in the first segment, is a little bit different. They're still in their regular season. He's able to give his guys a couple days off to get ready for finals. A lot different scenario for you in the fact that you're going to get on a bus on Tuesday. So girls really trying to cram in their academics here with it being finals week on campus.
Yeah, it's been tough. These past few days, they've been trying to get all their finals in just in preparation of if we didn't host. They've been trying to get them in. They were trying to get them in at the end of last week. They started taking them this morning. They'll be taking them all day today, and we're going to try and get a little bit of practice in and then hop on the bus really early tomorrow morning. And they'll be taking finals, you know, tomorrow morning on the road. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot for these girls.
Now, the other thing that shapes up, and it's a little bit different in softball than it is in baseball, is you guys really have 2 frontline starters to go out there. I guess, do you think a little bit about how you're going to go approach? Is it a day by day with each one of the girls, or will they both see action in any game to try to stay alive in the tournament?
Yeah. The great thing is I have 2 very good pitchers. So yeah, I know what I want to go with, and we're ready. The other one's going to be right there ready to go if she gets in trouble, if we need to mix it up. So yeah, I mean, we've got a game plan. We also know which one was more effective against 2. So yeah, we're ready to roll, and I'm very thankful to have both of them.
Now you guys will go down to the conference tournament. We're hoping that works out well, and you'll be able to put the team in its first regional. But you guys will lose a lot from this year's team. I guess you and your coaching staff, have you guys kind of already started to really think about what's going to happen after this? A little bit different than from a baseball standpoint where you could lose guys from the draft. You guys kind of already know that these girls are seniors. They've used all 4 years. And all along, I guess, this whole year you've been recruiting to fill those spots, but also probably fill what's going to be in the junior class coming up next year.
Yeah, our recruiting's done for a while. We've done a good job of filling in that. It was tough coming in, obviously losing the 9 and having to hurry up and fill that 9. So that was tough. But since then, in the last probably 6 months, we've been able to pick up quite a bit of kids. So recruiting trail's going really well.
Okay, Coach. Well, best of luck down there. Hopefully next week everybody will be seeing you guys name called to go to the first regional and be in Eastern history. The OVC Softball Tournament will be down in Jacksonville State. They start on Wednesday against UT Martin. It's a double elimination tournament. Hopefully Coach is in the winner's bracket the whole time and getting through. And then the championship game would be on Saturday. We're going to wrap up this edition of Panther Sports Talk with a feature on the 2 senior pitchers that Coach already talked about a little bit, Hanna Mennenga and Stephanie Maday. Thanks for watching, everybody. Panther Sports Talk right here on WIU.
EIU Softball is almost finished with another successful season. And this year's 8-member senior class has been spearheaded by 2 senior pitchers, Maday and Hanna Mennenga.
It's been nice. I know that we've talked about before how we like complement each other, so I think it's good for us because we know that the other person is there to come in, and it saves our arms too, and we're not having to pitch every single game.
Right, I think coming in my sophomore year, new, Steph's the one that kind of came into me and was talking to me a whole bunch, and like we complement each other well. Like Steph said, she's a drop ball pitcher, I'm a rise ball pitcher, so if we have to come in after each other, we make a good tandem.
Pretty much every inning we say something to each other if we're in the dugout. I mean, we're rooting for each other the whole time while the other one is pitching.
Yeah, I think that me and Steph kind of stand at the end of the dugout and kind of do our own thing together. So we have a few superstitions that maybe we hold on to, but yeah, I think we're pretty much there for each other in the dugout all the time.
I think that our senior class, we've been to the tournament 3 times now, and we know what it's like. We felt the pressure, and I think that just going into the tournament and not thinking oh my gosh, we have to win this, and putting all that pressure on ourselves, I think going into it and just playing relaxed and playing like we know how will be the key to winning it.
Yeah, I think we just need to have the right mindset going into the tournament, come in with plenty of energy. I think that, you're always competing with someone who has the same position as you, but with Steph, I feel like since we complement each other so well that it's not so much of a competition between us, it's just we want both of each other to do well. So coming in my sophomore year when Steph was, the #1, if that's what you want to say, and then my freshman year at Heartland, I was the #1, so it's something I wasn't really used to. So then, I don't know what happened my junior year, and I don't know what happened really, but I think that this year that we've both been kind of pitching the same amount of innings, and it's been nice on both of us, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. It's not like one of us is pitching more than the other, and I think that helps both of us out.
Like I said, we complement each other really well, and Steph has an awesome drop ball, and I kind of wish I had
really good rise ball.
I wish I had an awesome drop ball, and she probably wishes she has an awesome rise ball. But even not the pitching stuff, in the dugout, we're there for each other in the dugout. If she's down, if I'm down, we got each other's back. So
we kind of know what to say to each other.
Yeah,
when, we know we're not doing well.
We know when to leave each other alone. We know when to talk to each other. So it's a little different this year from last year because Coach Schutte was a pitcher, so she was our pitching coach. So it's different having Coach Nicholson because I think she kind of expects us to kind of just know what we're doing, and we know what we're doing. So
yeah, I think with Coach Nicholson too, I think that we're more prepared workout-wise, I guess. Our workouts, I think, were a lot harder this year, and I know that our legs were definitely ready for the season.
Oh, yeah.
Mennenga and Maday both say they're eager to help the team over the hump in the postseason.
I think it would be awesome if we could be the team to make it to the regionals.
Especially having 8 seniors.
Yeah.
Just be nice to come finish our senior year, with winning the tournament.
I don't really think there's any pressure. I've been looking at this season like it's my last season, so I'm just going out there and doing the best I can, and I'm not putting pressure on myself. I think that happened to me before, and I'm trying not to do that again.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not going to try and put any pressure on myself. As long as we go out and do what we know how to do, we should be able to win games. I think our team phrase this year that Coach has said since the beginning is to leave our mark. And for us to win the tournament or possibly host the conference tournament again, I really think that we just need to try and get as far as we can to leave our mark this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with 8 seniors.
Yeah, I don't know. I think our class coming in, we were the first class to make it or win conference, and I think that it would just be awesome to be that class that helps them get to the regional too. I think that this was a really good fit for me, and I think it's one of the best decisions that I've ever made.
I agree. Coming into getting recruited and being able to come on a visit and see all these girls, it really showed me a family environment, and that's exactly what I felt whenever I came here.
And as far as plans after the season,
Well, either look for a job or take some time off. I don't know.
I'm student teaching in Mattoon in the fall, so I'm not technically done with school, and I don't know, coaching maybe.
Grad school is maybe an option, but coaching softball and giving pitching lessons is also something that I'm looking forward to do this summer. So.
reporting for Panther Sports Talk, I'm Brad Kupiak.
Garoppolo back, bump fake, in trouble, rolling to the right. Jimmy looking into the end zone, rolling out to the right, throws over the middle, touchdown!
On the season finale of Panther Sports Talk, it's the conclusion to a record-breaking career at Eastern Illinois for quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. From the Panthers making another postseason appearance to winning the Walter Payton Award, as well as the All-Star Games, workouts, and then the NFL Draft. It's Jimmy Garoppolo's journey to pro football. It's the season finale of Panther Sports Talk, Wednesday, May 14th at 6:30 on WEIU. Production for Panther Sports Talk is brought to you in part by Johnson's Automotive Service is a proud supporter of Panther Sports on WEIU. Johnson's is a complete car facility for all your automotive repair and maintenance needs. Johnson's Automotive Service, keeping your life running.